Hello, so we're going to do a coloring book in Microsoft Publisher today. You could also do this in Word. What you saw there is a template that you would find when I sell these that you would get off of my website, craftsofadifferentshade.com. And I also wanted to share with you on the group. So you're going to see one page is split into two, and you have the back and the front. So I'm going to go ahead and ungroup everything. If it will let me, let's go ahead and come up here and ungroup. So I'm going to take out this because we don't need that anymore. And take out this word. All right, so you have two shapes, two squares. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab my clip art. I'm going to use this. And usually what I do is actually just take my chip bag that I created and make the coloring book with it. But I'll go ahead and create one from scratch today. So this is just going to be the cover. This is not going to be the actual like inside of the color of the coloring book. So I'm going to change the color on this. I think I actually might go ahead and do, let's see if I can find my splatter real quick because I want to do like a splatter background on this one. Go to Rugrats clipboard. Yeah, I like that splatter. Again, this is just clip art that I either made on my own or found through Google. You just want to find what works for you. And now that I see that, don't know if I like it too much. So what I might do instead, well, I'll just leave it right now. We'll go with it, see how it comes out. But I don't like all the white space, but we'll go ahead and rock with it for right now. Let me just expand this out some. Because you don't always have to do it as a background. You can actually just drag and drop the image. You all see me do that a lot. I do prefer dragging and dropping. So let's go ahead and put that this way. And I'm going to go ahead and grab up some more characters. And if you wanted to put an image of one of, the birthday child or anybody that you're celebrating on here, you can always do that as well. And again, I'm just going to drag and drop my little characters that I'm using. And like I said, this clip art, I created it in Photoshop. Mainly I use Photoshop. I do teach in Publisher and Photoshop in my group for the sake of everybody to learn. But, this is clip art. You can find clip art online. You can get clip art from Etsy. You can get this clip art from me. It's just, figure out what you need and what you want to do as far as your design. And I'm just trying to get everybody a little proportion because obviously, the twins were older than Tommy, I believe. So, you want to get their heights correct. You don't want Tommy to look like a giant over Lil and Phil. And of course, if you bring in Susie, you want her to be the appropriate size because she was older. Okay, don't do that. Don't do what I just did. Don't drag and drop the image over another one. So I'm just going to undo that with Control Z. There we go. I'm going to drag Susie over here because it will cover up whatever is placed on. Put Susie about right here. And I'm just kind of playing around right now. Guys, you'll have to play around with everything to get it how you like it and figure out your design. So, my computer is stuttering a bit. There she goes. Go ahead and bring in Angelica and bring in Chucky last. So already I'm liking it. It looks nice. Put Angelica's mean self back there. She had a bad rep. She's just a child trying to figure it all out. Or she was a little bully. Depends on how you look at it. But Susie always got her in check. So I'm going to send Angelica backwards. Send her backwards because, yeah, she doesn't need to be over top of the kids like that. Then you can always rotate these characters how you want them to be. Just make sure you're selecting the right one. Rotate Angelica a bit. And I'm going to go ahead and drop Chucky in here. Just bring Chucky right on in front of the girls. In front of Angelica here. Or Susie. But bring them down a little bit. Like there. And make sure he's on the page because whatever is off the page will not print. I don't want him to cover up too much. So I think I'm going to move Tommy over just a bit. Oh, that's Chucky I grabbed. Bear with me 1 second. Move Tommy over a bit. I grabbed Chucky again. It always helps to use a mouse, y'all. I'm not using a mouse. I'm using a trackpad on my computer. So on my laptop, using a mouse, you can get more finite detail. Bring these kids down a little bit. So I have some room for Chucky. My hands are moving faster than my computer. Can you tell? Okay. There we go. Bring the twins up a bit. All right, great. So yeah, so that looks good. I'm gonna bring Susie over just to fix up some white space over here. No, don't move, Chucky, don't move. And you can always just hit Control Z as in zebra to undo. There we go. All right, cool. Now let me send her backwards so it doesn't look like she's stepping on Tommy's face. All right, awesome. So this would be my bag. So I'm going to go ahead and use word art. I'm going to insert word art. And this is very similar to how we create our chip bag. I'm just going to put like happy birthday, Angela. So I don't want this font. I want to use a Rugrats font. And the font, ironically, is called Rugrats. I do believe you can get it off of thefont.com. So let me find it in here. It's Rugrats font. See how it changed? I think I'm going to go ahead and use upper and lowercase. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. You know, so just kind of play around with how you like it. All right. So that's mine. Now, again, this has effects on it, so I don't want these effects. So I'm going to go ahead and fix it up. Let me just get it how I would like it to be on this thing. And what you can also always do is select both of these and align it. This may not align center because there's a little bit. Okay, cool. It did it. Sometimes when there's excess square, it doesn't look right. I'm just going to go ahead and fix this up. Make it in the center there. Awesome. So right now, I don't like these effects. So I think for a shape fill, what I want to do is some color. Maybe make it purple. You know, give it something kind of bold because you want it to match what is going on with your bag. Yeah, that looks good. This actually looks nice with the effects that it has on there. So then what I would do is I would do that, you know, maybe even incorporate the picture of the child that you want to use. So I want to make this a little smaller. So I'm just selecting both of them to make it smaller. And I'm going to go ahead and expand it a little bit. Yeah. All right. So that looks pretty good. This is not centered again. I'm just going to bring this bigger. Yeah. So that looks pretty good. And I would just do it like this and let your creativity kind of take shape from here. Um, this would be oh, I'm going too far over. Sorry about that. This would be the cover of my coloring book. All right, you can make numbers, do whatever you want to do to make this your own. This is just a quick preview. On this side, I would do something similar. I'm going to go ahead and just grab the other splatter that I have, drag and drop it onto here. Like I was telling you, you can drag and drop it. You don't always have to fill the shape. But I'm going to change the shape background color to be, I think we'll go with a white. So let me actually move this out the way, because this is covering up my shape, so I can't select it. So I'm going to come here, select my shape. You'll see it change up top. I'm going to do white, and it could be any color you want it to be. Bring this back over to there, and you can always bring this up, put it wherever, because whatever is not in the bounds, it's just not going to print, okay? So I am actually going to move it up a bit. I don't like where it's at right now. Like here, and bring it over a little bit. And then I'm just going to drag in, just for simplicity, so you all can understand how I would do my coloring book. Go ahead and grab in the logo. If you wanted to use that, if you didn't want to use it. I actually don't like it too much on this bag. I think I'd probably just make it like small down here maybe. Um, drag that up down there. Pull it over a little bit. And make sure it's centered. And you can feel it like snap. You see this line come up, that's publisher telling you was centered or not. And I think then from there, I will probably put a picture of the little girl or something on the background of it. So that way you have something. But I'm going to go ahead and copy, because I don't have a picture of a little girl today or a boy. I'm going to go ahead and copy this and Control V it. So I have two of these. So I just Control C, Control V. I just copied this. I want to keep the same style. And without having to, rewrite the wheel, I'm going to go ahead and edit it. And I'm going to say, let's see, your birthday was amazing. Something like that. Or you could say like, thanks for making my party so colorful. I really don't like this font in all caps. And just expand it out and come down. And you can always just fix it up how you like it. Could do an outline. I don't know if I'm liking the yellow outline on this, so I might go ahead and do as an orange. Kind of gets lost. So let's change up the colors. Yeah, something like that. Maybe do a purple outline. Yeah, something that, is unique. I don't know, but play around with that. So this is basically my coloring book. So I would just save this, and keep in mind, whatever's outside the guide is not going to print. So if you want these dots, just bring this image down a bit. So I would just go ahead and save it. And this is going to be your 8.5 by 11 sheet folded in half. If you go and check out another one of my videos, you'll see a Minnie Mouse one and a Mickey Mouse one and how I actually put it together. So then you'll just see this. You can save it, save it as you please. I recommend you save it as a JPEG for when you go. There's different ways you can save in Publisher to ensure you have better capabilities with your printing. And then what I would do, I'm going to open up a new one. I'm going to get rid of all this. So you'll just see me delete all this. And you don't have to do it. Make sure you save whatever you do, okay? And save it. And then open up a new template and do your inside. So for coloring pages, all I do is I go to Google, especially because most of the stuff you're doing is going to be character based, and you can always create your own coloring pages. There are a couple websites. You have Pixlr, you have like apps you can use. There's a variety of them. I can go over them in another video or time to show you what you can use to create your own coloring pages. So bear with me just a second. All right, so I just want my Chrome to open, and I'm just gonna go to Google. Oops, not google.com/fights. I just got back from vacation, so Google obviously wants me to go somewhere again. And I'm just going to search Rugrats coloring pages. And here you go. You see all of these. You can go ahead and use. I'm not going to get into any copyright issues or anything like that with you all today, but go ahead and I would just copy this or save it. I just go ahead and copy. There is like a watermark on that or something, so up to you how you like to use it. And I would just paste it and drop him in here, drop Chucky in there. Now it's okay if you have a little white space around him because the page is going to print white. So if you need to make this a little smaller to fit, that's fine. And sometimes what I even do is if I'm feeling real fleeky or want to get on it, I'll go ahead and type in some numbers on the side, make it like a little activity book, you know? Because all this is going to print white, so that's fine. I might go ahead and insert some text and like, let's see, type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, so that the kids have something to color. And you can find fonts that are hollow or that don't have the inside, so that it's actually like just the outline of a number that you can do that with. So yeah, so this is how I would create the inside of it. And I would just keep going and I would put it together as a book. And to do the let's see, to do my mock-up, I would just go ahead and here's a version that I did with Mickey Mouse. This is another backdrop mock-up that I'm working on right now. So, but yeah, essentially, to do this, you'll get the backdrop mock-up. I'll show you how it comes if you were to purchase it. You can start from scratch. So you'll have it like this. All I'm going to do is, let me go to one that I've already created. So I've already done this one. This is an old one that I did. This is not the one we just created together. But I'm going to go ahead because I have it saved as an image. Let me go ahead and drag and drop it onto this. So here's my coloring book that I created. This is an old one, but you see how it looks. Essentially, we did the same thing. We just did the same thing. I just used some different colors and actually just took the chip bag that I made and did it. So I'm going to copy it onto this blank slide, drag and drop it here. And I'm just going to go ahead and crop it out like I do every other mock-up that you'll see me using. And this is my back, correct? Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and crop that. And I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to come up because this is the cover. And I'm just going to click here, format shape. You want to fill it with what's on your clipboard. Boom, there it is. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to hit crop again. And I'm going to crop it out this way. I'm just going to hit crop. And this is the other side of my coloring book. And I'm just going to do that. Clipboard again. Boom, there it is. So that's my coloring book cover. And what I'm going to do on this slide is I'm going to select all, right click, and I'm going to group it. Well, it's already grouped, so that's good. That's good. So you want to make sure it's grouped. This one, for the inside, didn't mean to do that. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to delete the whole slide. I just wanted to delete that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come to my inside. Let's see if I have it saved here. Well, I don't, but that's okay, because here's what we can do. I'm going to save this one that we just did in Publisher. I'm going to grab another page so we have a full coloring book. Let's get Susie right here. Susie looks cool. Come on, click Susie. There we go. She looks a little weird, but that's okay. I'm going to copy her. I'm going to bring her onto this. There she is. Bring her over and bring her down just a little bit. Yeah, that's fine, because like I said, anything that's not going to show is just going to be white. So I'm going to save this into my file that I'm using right now. So right here, save this as coloring pages. But again, I'm going to save this as a PNG or a JPEG. Save. So now it's an image that I can print. Now I'm going to come over to my mockup. And I'm going to go ahead and bring that back over, bring that in. Yeah, so I would actually probably like bring that out because I don't want that border around it, but for tutorial purposes, just go ahead and fix it up, expand it so you don't get those lines around it, or crop those lines out. So copy this, format shape, it's selected, clipboard, there's that one. I'm going to come back and do the same thing I did earlier. Picture tools, format, crop. I moved the image. Sorry about that, y'all. I really should be using the mouse. Crop it out. Crop it. And if you want to, you can crop this further if you know you're going to go back and get those lines out. Just come here and fix it up a little bit. Okay? And just remember to go back and take those lines off. Copy it. And I'm going to select the shape that I want. This one. Here we go. Clipboard. That's it. Okay? So, again, make sure everything that you have, select all. Make sure it's all grouped. It's grouped. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here. I'm going to select all. And I'm just going to, oh, no. I want to select on this page. I'm just going to copy it, paste it. Yep, and there it is. I'm getting design ideas uh, from PowerPoint, excuse me. And again, in case you didn't know, I'm using PowerPoint. And This is a mock-up that I created for us to use so that you don't always have to use Photoshop. And there's my little mock-up. Yeah, so that's my Rugrats one. Okay, guys, and I hope that helped you to learn how to use the coloring pages a little bit and to create a coloring book for yourself. So, bye. Take care.